Okay, Virgo. So this is part two um, for your message, your channeled message for the moon being in Sagittarius currently. All right. So this is part two. Previously, we just spoke about how Mercury is opposing uh, Jupiter right now. So excuse me. So there is a lot happening with um, what you analyze and what it means to you, right? So planning, making plans, putting things into place, and then it's almost like that test drive to see if this is an emotional match for what it is that you are expanding on in life. So you can use this and apply it to whatever aspect this may, check out your Virgo placement and definitely check out your Sagittarius placements, okay? You want to check out your Mercury placement right now along with Jupiter, okay? And it'll give you more insight as to what it is that I'm saying. You may have to rewind it and play it again on certain things. And I hope that I'm not speaking too fast, that you're able to understand everything. But yeah, so it getting back to where we were in this, it's like for you, Virgo, it's that the part of discerning when logic supports your growth and when it distracts you from the emotional truth. Okay, so there may be things that logically it may seem like it supports your growth, but it takes away from you engaging fully emotionally, right? So this may take some time. That's the part that I was like is going to take some time. This is going to be like that slow and steady. See how it makes you feel. So you've got the logic thing down, but with the Sagittarius aspect, it's just asking to really pay extra special deep attention to what your emotions are trying to tell you about something that you may even know logically and practically to be sound. Okay, there's a little factor, and it's like that spark of faith that's just like some things are just going to require you to once you, because you it's Virgo, whoever I'm speaking to, I'm feeling like I'm speaking to somebody that's like you have no problem thinking outside the box, like you don't live in the box, right? But sometimes we can get more caught up in what logically makes sense, and then as we're going through what is balanced and makes sense, our emotions is trying to bring our awareness to something far more greater than, I guess, the safe space of doing the logical practical, right? So there's that balance. There is that balance, but with the honest emotional truth that is coming up, right? It's grown people stuff. Okay, this is definitely grown expansion. All right, this is that grown and sexy expansion. All right, so we can call it as we're moving into the Venus sextile with Saturn. Okay, so is supportive aspects. This supportive aspect underscores responsibility or responsible commitment, grounded love, and practical beauty. So Venus sextile in Saturn, it is going to put emphasis right? And it supports the responsible commitment, grounded love, and practical beauty. All right. It favors long lasting investments, emotional, material, or creative, rather than quick fixes, right? So I don't know if you guys um, watched the video I posted yesterday, but I was like, there's the celebrity, online celebrity social media couple that the world seems to be like so enthralled in this separation that's happening. And like I said in the other video, I'm not going to say their names. I just saw 544. So definitely a change, but still, there's still a lot of stability in that situation. But something is telling me, and I'll probably do a video on that. But like I said, I don't know yet if I'm gonna do it. But something is telling me the person in that dynamic that made the quick infraction, like that, like the separation was supposed to be, I guess, the quick fix, or to make things, to set things in motion. But I'm gonna use that whole thing as the example for this, because on an energetic level, I'm really kind of feeling like now that the story has broke and public opinions are out and people are showing their true either neutrality or just, people are just being who they are. I'm just going to leave it like that, right? But there was an investment that was made. Okay. So right now it's feeling like this long lasting investment that is not so long lasting. Somebody in the situation, the one who stepped out, maybe trying to backtrack a little bit, maybe trying to I'm feeling this energy like, backtracking, not wanting to move forward. There's almost like a stuck energy that's happening here, because I really feel like this Sagittarius energy that is kind of like making someone, I think the both of them are probably just like really thinking about everything. And it feels like somebody thought that letting things ride out the way they are was the quick fix for the happiness, for the instant gratification. What I'm picking up is that two people are very distraught right now, even though they're saving face. Okay. I'm feeling like on his part there's a lot of sadness right now. Okay, I think on her part there's a lot of anger right now, a lot of justifiable anger, right? So there's a lot that's happening in that particular situation on every level. Because the way that somebody went about doing something, they really felt like this was going to be the quick fix for the situation, right? I'm not picking up on this energy where it was very where there was a lot of grounding happening, right? So I'm just using that as an example. I don't know these people. I'm just, by the energy that I'm picking up on while I'm here, and what I've seen and what I'm hearing. Okay, so there's something about building, and you know what's so funny, because Didn't they just like build this huge, huge, beautiful home, right? Which no doubt she's going to get. A cheater does not get the home. All right, I don't think so. Not in Texas, but anyway, she probably don't want to live there. You know, she might. Anyway, whatever. So, yeah, slow building for you, Virgo, is what this is about. Okay, it's going back to that. There's just so much to test drive and to see how something is feeling. Anybody who does not have the patience for this process with you, they're going to probably have to sit this one out. For whoever I'm speaking to, Virgo, it really feels like you understand how committed you have to be for building what it is that you're building and what you're working on for your spiritual expansion or physical, emotional, mental expansion. Okay, so slow building is sacred building, and you want to commit to what feels right for your highest good. It's yeah, you want to commit to what feels noble over what is merely convenient. Okay, so that's another thing. So you don't, you know, you're not really caring, Virgo, for who I'm speaking to, about how inconvenient something may be for someone else, for when it comes to something that you are building. Okay, and not to say that you don't care about other people's feelings, but this is not about convenience. This is about building something that resonates and matches your soul, okay, and that feels noble to your higher self, okay. So we also have Saturn in Pisces, all right, and outer planets. I guess that would be like Pluto and all of those other planets way out there. So Saturn in Pisces is reminding you to work through your deepest fears and illusions, okay? Turning intuition into structure rather than confusion. So work through this process. Okay, this is like, I feel like this is also a part of your training, Virgo. And I'm speaking to Virgo, but like I said in the other video, you don't have to be Virgo to resonate with this message. But if you are into the astrology thing, it may be a little helpful for you to figure out like where your placements are, to see how this message is matching up with like what you're going through right now, whatever your situation is, and you know, where things are placed in your chart. Okay, so it's about reminding yourself, all right, that this is not something that is just you, like you get it like that, like tying your shoes or riding a bike. This is something that is like an ongoing project within the project of building whatever you're building, right? So it's like the project, the building in the building. All right, it's like I've been watching oh wow, Judge the Honorable Judge Lynn Toller. I love that lady. I don't know her, but her spirit is just so beautiful. And so she's building houses, like little model houses, and she was sharing something, and she was like, if she finds a little house of the model house that she's building, she's gonna put the little house in the model house. Well, that's kind of like what this is. This is like building building on overbuilding or on top of building as you are working through your fears, whatever they are, and working through these illusions, because a lot of times the things that we are really most fearful of are the illusions, right? And turning that intuition into something that is constructive, or turning that intuitive hit or feeling into a structure, rather than allowing something that you're feeling on an intuitive level to cause you to feel even more confused. okay? And your spirit team is definitely here to help you on this quest to understanding yourself more, making decisions that are truly in alignment with where you are at the moment. And the message that I'm getting now as I'm saying this is that in any case you feel at some point that something that resonated with you before, like as time goes on, and it no longer resonates with you, then that's just a simple sign, not saying that you're regressing or the thing that resonated with you wasn't for your highest purpose for that time, but it's truly time to expand some more, and that may be the very thing that you may have to release yet again. So there's also like this feeling of not becoming too attached that's happening as well, okay, in this whole evolution process that you're having, Virgo. All right, so we didn't even get into the cards. Are we going to even get into the cards today? Because this is already part 2. And I think that we're going to go through this really quickly. All right, so it's like the message is, really expand with intention. As you are releasing, before you rush to put things in, okay, let the Sagittarius moon dissolve the boundaries of the old self-belief systems that no longer support your purpose now, okay? And when you're building, build with integrity, all right? And that's where Capricorn comes in, because it offers a focus on mastery that pushes you to create structures that honor both your heart, okay, and your craft, all right? I can't stress that enough. Yeah, building with integrity, all right? And balance logic and meaning. So, what may be logical to the hold or to the world, it may not hold the same meaning for you, all right? Mercury Jupiter energy challenges you to integrate the wisdom that is both practical and profound, okay? And commit to a depth rather than surface level, okay? I guess that would be the Breedith, all right? Venus, Saturn asks that you choose quality and durability and emotional truth over surface level gains. And like I said, this is a mature reading, okay? I'm pretty sure that this reading is not going to resonate with everyone. But for those of you who are up for the challenge, okay, that is the beauty. That's where the sweetness comes from, all right, with this Venus Saturn energy, as it is asking you to hold out, not be in a rush for that quality, durability, and the emotional truth. Again, Sagittarius is coming in with the emotional truth, that emotional honesty that we sometimes skip over for other self-gratifying things or reasons or whatever, okay? So, and the other point and the last point is to embody disciplined intuition, right? Embody disciplined intuition. And that does take time. Man, I can go back and tell you some stories like in my earliest awakening, like before I had my second child, right? Who well, anyway, yeah, like before and like after she was born, like my intuition had me everywhere, had me looking at everything, had me talking about her. I mean, it was out of control. I probably drove someone a little crazy, all right? But I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was. I mean, I didn't have a name for it. I just knew that I'm picking up on all this stuff, everything. And yeah, so let's get back to this point. Saturn in Pisces will teach you that intuition without discipline is adrift, all right? That it is, you pretty much can completely lose yourself like in an ocean of intuitive waters. Okay, so working on disciplining your intuition without being, well, when you discipline without intuition can become too, like, you know, it becomes less pliable, less flexible. Okay, it's like you break easy when your intuition, when you don't, when you haven't reached that discipline, or you're able to disciple your intuition. Let's put it like that. Okay, um because it takes that discernment, right? So it's about not being so rigid, okay, but allowing, instead of like allowing the intuitive waters to like crash up against the wall of resistance, it's more about disciplining the intuition so that you don't become overwhelmed through the building over the building. If you get it, just put "I get it" in the comment section, okay? If you get it. If not, you may have to, let it age on you a little bit, and then you'll be like, aha. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. All right, so Virgo, it's 22:11 on the timer, and I'm gonna come back with your intuitive reading. Okay, see you on the other side.